एयर बबल्स, उसने एयर बबल्स फुलाए, मैंने थोड़ा सा हवा में अपने बाल हिलाए, बलून्स के साथ खेला और फिर मैं घर आ गई। मेरी डेट बहुत ही क्यूट थी और काफ़ी रोमांटिक थी।
My first proper date, I think last year with my boyfriend.
There was this guy I was dating in college. We were like in love, real love.
My most memorable date, I think when I was around 19.
Like it was a really nice moment. I will remember that like for the rest of my life.
We went for this very cute little, nice, young, fresh people, millennial date where we chose to go eat in an expensive restaurant which we couldn't afford, but it was quite nice.
It was not at a movie theater. It was not at like this fancy restaurant and all. It was, we were on a trip to this hill station.
We decided to go to this concert in Greater Noida or fag end of Gurgaon or something. Basically like far from the places in the city that we were familiar with.
It was the whole movie, dinner, the works. We did the whole dating thing, which I really loved. I think millennials have this tendency to take dating very casually. There's the idea of chilling and hanging out and all of that just sort of overshadows the romantic aspect. So we had a very clean, nice dinner date first, and then we went for a movie.
He, like, obviously we decided to like split the bill, so he didn't think that he had to pay the entire bill. I hardly go on dates, okay, so I just know this one. There was this only one sweet thing that I remember that he did for me was he got me those balloons. I'm so silly.
They were walking a bit behind us, and then suddenly we just came across this open area, and then we walked a bit closer.
We went to this French restaurant. I was 2 hours late and he had already had like 3 sangrias by the time I got there. It was really funny because he kept laughing throughout the date, and I thought he didn't like me, but he was laughing because he was nervous and also a little tipsy because I was very late.
We decided to be adventurous, strange, brand new concert location. Left home around 5, 6.
The edge of the cliff, okay, and you could see the entire valley. Night, it was like pitch dark everywhere else, and you could just see the lights from down in the houses.
Next thing we know, it's getting dark. It's around 8 o'clock. Nowhere near Gurgaon or Greater Noida. We are somewhere in Faridabad on a barren road. There are no street lights, no traffic, no shops, like nothing.
And then we went to watch Kapoor and Sons. If you haven't seen the movie, spoiler, people die in the film, and we were still laughing throughout the movie because that's how much fun we were having. I want to think of that as my first date. It was the most perfect first date ever. I want to do it again and again and again. If I could relive it, I would do it every day.
I love balloons and I love air bubbles. I love air bubbles, like, and I give it to that guy for like, you know, not bringing me chocolates or like whatever, flowers because they rot or whatever, and I don't like flowers that much, or like I don't eat chocolates that much, and you know, all that mushy thing, like usne wo sab nahi kiya mere liye, but he was so considerate to actually get me those air bubbles and those balloons because I live for them. So after we had a date, he took me to India Gate.
So we're driving around in circles. We spotted a mini mall of sorts. One of them was Domino's. So we decided, you know, till we figure out how to get back to Delhi, or, you know, how to get to the concert venue, we're just going to grab a pizza and park somewhere and eat.
Found that there were like a bunch of benches. There was nobody there. It was like a completely isolated location, and we sat down there in one of the benches, went half inside his, and we were holding hands inside.
We were literally just sitting in the car and eating. And the next thing we know, there's a PCR van driving towards us with the siren blaring, and we're like, we're in trouble.
So I was pretty nervous. I had only had a lot of failed almost relationships till then, so I didn't think much would come out of it. Honestly, I didn't even think he would be nice. I didn't know what to think at all. I had just been talking to him online. We weren't even very close. We just knew each other and speak to each other very casually, so I didn't think that anything would happen.
I was sitting there and blushing in the dark. I didn't look at his face even once. We just kept staring at the scene in front. I can feel the warmth, okay, that was coming off his cheeks, and like our faces were like very close by. And then I turned around and I just gave him a peck on the cheeks.
The friend I was with, he decided that he was going to rev up the engine and speed. So for a while, we're driving. He's driving really fast as he can. We're taking these sharp turns. Eventually, he gave up. He's like, I can't do this. I can't beat these cops. Stop the car on the side of the road. The cops come. There are 3 cops.
All that happened on that date, and we just like sat there. Till finally, our friends realized that, you know, they could see the silhouette of 2 heads like joined like this.
Friend I was with he had stepped out and he was negotiating with the cops. Obviously, nothing like that happened. My friend gave all the cash that he had to the cops and we started driving. Miraculously, we reached a familiar road.
Like the view was so stunning, everybody was just like hushed into silence after, you know, the moment they saw what was there in front of them.
So I was putting makeup and all. And I remember lying to him on our first date about wearing makeup. I was like, oh, this is just natural. Like, I had done a lot of like face makeup. Like, I didn't wear lipstick. I wore a red dress. I was very extra. Like, I was wearing heels and everything. And he showed up in Stan Smiths and jeans and a shirt. So he looked very casual.
So disappointed. Got back into the car, didn't talk to each other. He dropped me home. He went back home. We did not talk to each other for like, I think maybe 2 or 3 months after that. And we got back in touch because, you know, like I said, he was more of a friend. But we never spoke about that incident.
He was so nice. Like, we literally he brought me flowers. For the first time, a boy bought me flowers. It was very, very, very cute, very sweet. We didn't even hold hands on the first date. We hugged each other and then we said good night and he dropped me home. And it was very cute, very PG-13, very sweet.
Yeah, I guess that's one thing that I won't forget like for the rest of my life. And I don't know if that's like a date. It's like, you know, the equivalent of going on a picnic and stargazing kind of a, you know, thing. So, yeah.
He spread the air bubbles. उसने air bubbles फुलाए, मैंने थोड़ा सा हवा में अपने बाल हिलाए, balloons के साथ खेला और फिर मैं घर आ गई. मेरी डेट बहुत ही cute थी और काफ़ी romantic थी क्योंकि मैं छोटी बच्ची थी.